Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're just now joining me. My name is Desiree, Desiree's Tell here on YouTube, and today I'm going to be documenting a 12 by 12 layout pocket page spread, and I'm going to use the Studio Calico 2021 documenter kits. Now if you're just now joining me and you haven't heard about this project, I started this back in January, and I have to say that I absolutely love it so much that I'm going to continue it this year. And so basically, it was just, I had a little aha moment where I'm like, gosh, I'm never really present in front of the camera. I'm never uh, sharing my stories. I'm always documenting what my kids are doing, what they love, but never me as a scrapbooker documenting about myself. And so I thought I'd kind of do this as like a journal slash, obviously a scrapbooking page, but just something that my kids can look back on one day when I'm not here and just be like, whoa, this was the book mom was reading, or these were the TV shows that she liked, or just highlighted moments in general of spending time with them or with even close friends of mine. And then, they get the story on that as well. So that's what that I'm doing here. And I'm just trying to pick out the cards that I matched. Now, I used almost all of the 4x6s. I thought about using that yellow one that you saw with the flowers earlier that you see on the left-hand side, but I didn't want to cover that up. I knew there was going to be, I was going to use a photo, and I actually printed that photo twice that says Halloween Decorate With Me. And ended up sizing it down to a smaller, it's not so much a 3x4, it's a little bit smaller than that. And I did that because I knew I wanted to have a title, and I knew that I wanted to document my feelings and my thoughts about what was going on with that photo in general. But let's go ahead and focus on what I'm doing with the top page. That is a picture of my son and I. I took him for his birthday to Disneyland. It was something that he really wanted to do. I did it with my daughter pre-COVID, and then of course COVID hit, so they shut down for quite some time. And my son was like, Mom, I've always wanted to do that with just you, like you did with, my sister. And I said, okay, we'll do it. So it was perfect because, and I know that might sound weird, like, oh, just a mom and son day, but my husband's 6'3". It's really hard for him to get in the rides. And, he's not super big on crowds and waiting in long lines. And so he does it for us, and he's been a trooper in the past. But this ends up working out perfect because now I get to go to Disneyland twice if I do take my kids, every year for their birthday. So uh, now as I was going through the 3x4 cards, there's two blue ones that you see right there. And I was really hesitant about using that second one, but I figured I needed that visual triangle. I needed that blue to be present elsewhere on this layout. So I ended up putting away I don't know, it's like a muted red, and ended up going for that blue. And then I went through my old Studio Calico kits because I just wanted that blue to be represented somewhere else. And that is where I found this diamond uh, shape that says today repeated over and over again. And I just had it off the 4x6 card. And I like that when it kind of runs off the card just to show movement. Next is I'm working on that picture of me with the stepmother and the two stepsisters from Cinderella. I did not know this, and I've been going to Disneyland for quite some time. I had no idea that in October the villains come out to play. So I have been wanting to see the stepmother and the stepsisters for years. I would, every time I go to Disneyland, I would always look for them. Well, lo and behold, they were there that day, and it just so happened because it was in October. And so I quickly ran in front of them, took a picture of them, and was so glad that I did. So that is the perfect stamp to be like, yes, I so got the picture, and yes, I got to see them. So my son even got a picture with some Be Real app that kids use, I guess. And so I just really like that. And then I added a little heart because I absolutely love that photo I got with them. Now I'm working on a book that I was reading for Halloween month, and that is this Darcy Coates. It was my very first Darcy Coates book that I read. I gave it a 3 to 5 stars. Now I will highly recommend it, but the reason why I gave it to 3 out of 5 stars is it was very slow, so I don't know if that's just her style of writing, and there was a reason why there was no dialogue. And so the first like 100 pages, I was like, oh my gosh, like, can we get somewhere? What is going on? And it ended up getting a lot better. So I definitely want to read more of her books. Now, anytime that I want to have more colors present, but I'm not finding it in such the kit that I'm working with, which is kind of odd with, having embellishments that don't go really with a kit. I mean, they do go with their kit, but there wasn't like certain colors that I was looking for. I tend to go to like enamel dots or washi tape. And so in this case, I ended up finding washi tape, and then I went and found this yellow phrase sticker, and I can't read what it says because it's too small of a screen, but I put that up there on the top of my son and I's picture. And then I found this other one. Again, I can't read what it says because I'm looking at a little screen, but I put this one here with my friend. Now I moved this card over to the left. I was originally to the bottom right, but that is because I was wondering about journaling, if I could fit it on a 3x4 card, but I'm not going to. And I figured, you know what, it's the last day anyways of the month, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep it there and just keep the journaling really simple. I didn't really need to talk a whole lot about what we did that day, which was passing out candy, and then of course we got on her bikes and we drove around, or not drove around, but rode around and was just checking out all the trick-or-treaters and all the different like Halloween decorations and stuff like that. So it was just a really fun night. And then last, I worked on this 4x6 on the left, and this one I knew I originally had the same size as the one of my friend and I, but I ended up sizing it down, and that is because I knew I was going to have a pretty big journaling spot. Because I really had a story that I wanted to share. It was very personal. And at first, I honestly didn't think I was going to share it, but then I was just like, you know what? I was going to. I think at this age that I'm at, I'm just kind of learned to live with it and accept it. And so I'm not so much hiding it as much as I used to. And so I really just wanted to document the story of kind of what my son said to me and how he really motivated me and inspired me to not live in my fear, not live in fear and not live in regret, which he's like, you will do, Mom, if you don't do this. You already regretted it not doing it 13 years ago, well, not 13, I was actually 16 years ago. And he's like, I really want you to do it, Mom. And so that boy, I love him so much. He seriously is just my heart. Well, I love my daughter too, just as much, but it was just a really good story. Anyways, here's some close-ups. I just want to thank you so much for joining me. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I will talk to you all soon. I'll have another video for you probably on Friday. So y'all have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.